Hi Gemini, it's Mary with Seer. This is your last half of May reading, basically about the 16th through the 31st. And also we have that North Node shifting from Cancer into Gemini. It's so weird how they go backwards, right? They go into like retrograde backwards from the zodiac. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for liking and sharing and checking out my booking readings, checking out my products and stuff like that. I have additional links in the description box. I just uploaded like 200 sterling silver rings. They're by size in case you want to shop. You can just scroll through your size. Anyway, so I don't know. I guess because we're going into the Gemini North Node and we're Geminis. What the heck? Like we haven't made enough changes yet? Wow, right? Okay. So we're just going to kind of see what comes through, okay? Because they're not wanting me to do certain readings. So we're going to start here. We're going to start with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles reversed is, well, it's about no opportunities, like feeling like everything's stuck. And that makes a lot of sense because I know for me, finances are stuck, forward movement stuck, you know. And I have the Five of Swords reversed, and this is about battles. Trying to heal from battles, from battles that may have happened with the ego. Right now, in all these retrogrades, we're not kind of anything. We're reviewing a lot of our past so we can clear stuff out. Okay, so this would be, it's like on the micro level and the macro level. Okay, so it's our mind, our, even purging our house, stuff that needs to go. If you can do that, I'm like, ugh, I need to do that. But and then like thoughts, old situations that maybe negative thinking and pain that needs to be cleared. And not only that, it's like the collective overall we need to clear a lot of stuff, right? We need to heal, whether it's illness, whether it's how we've done things, we've been doing things. We need to do a lot of healing. So that's the Five of Swords. That's about overcoming a battle, and when it's reversed for me too, also speaks of ego. So there's a lot of egoic influences, so to speak, as we're leaving that South Node in Capricorn and we're going into Sagittarius. So Five of Wands is the next card reversed. Sorry about that bump. And the Five of Wands reversed talks about it's again it's chaos. It's overcoming the chaos, and for me it's sorting through, and it's also lies. So there's ego and there's lies and there's loss, financial loss, right? I just step right in, Gemini. Okay, and then we have the King of Wands. So this is masculine energy, and it's somebody that should be a leader and somebody that would move forward and like an entrepreneur energy. But when it's reversed, this is somebody that really doesn't care about anybody but themselves, and they don't want to hear any opinions. They don't want to hear how to make things better. They don't want to hear Geminis. They don't want to hear Gemini's ideas, right? Wow, that's a very stifled place, right, Gemini? Okay, bottom of the deck here is the moon, okay? The moon reversed this is about the secrets that are running everything. It's like the things that are in place, so in our lives, in our minds, that it's like trauma, collective trauma, personal trauma, childhood trauma that doesn't want to be seen, that doesn't want to be dug out because things would have to change. Okay. Woo! I wonder if it feels like that, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to get a little bit of advice from our angels and ancestors. You know, it's like, I'll tell you what, I am not being allowed to do anything like I did before. I can't work the way I did before. I'm just not allowed to do it. I don't even know what that means, you know? It's like I like to work hard and put things together, and it's like I get in all this pain that really shouldn't be there. It's weird. Okay. You can let me know if you're feeling that. You know, I'm being demanded to redirect. Absolutely. Go calm down. Go redirect. I can't push through anything. Nope. I gotta flow. It's got to be a flow. Okay, star ancestor. Follow the voice of your soul. Go with the flow of your soul. Interesting how that happens, right? So, yeah, I'm probably going to read that one. Eagle, see from a higher perspective. I think, you know, the major reason is that none of us should be doing things that the way we used to anymore, because everything needs to change, and it's got to start with us. It has to start with the person, individual. Moon, take note of intuitive messages. Or, you know, sometimes your body and your pain can give you messages, right? Okay. So, ego, the higher perspective. Why would we need to take the higher perspective? Because it's more than just us. It's more the moment. It's about releasing what has not been working, finding a new, easier way. So, as we open up to more freedom in our life, and it doesn't feel that way right now, but it's the resistance that it's a lot of things resisting the freedom that's coming. Okay. And whether it's us or whether it's systems or government, you know, all of that. Whenever there's great change, there's going to be great resistance from the old energies. So the higher perspective would be, if the resistance wasn't here, the change wouldn't be here either. You know what I mean? So, and that could be ourselves. Like for me personally, me resisting my own change by wanting to do things the way I used to, because it used to work, but it doesn't work anymore, does it? So it would depend on your personal situation, your experience, of course. Let me just get that. Star ancestors, they're asking me to read that one. All right. So heed the messages coming directly from your soul. So we have that, the soul messages, and then we have the intuitive messages, right? And the higher perspective. Okay. The star ancestors is a Native American term for extraterrestrial light beings who are dedicated to the healing and growth of the world. These incredible beings are divine embodiments of love who bring wisdom from the higher realms. Other people find a sense of connectedness when they look up to the night sky and see the stars. I believe that's because they are remembering their starry connections. And those are what this card represents. And I'm having a resistance even reading this, so I apologize. I don't usually read like this. If you know me, you know that. The star ancestor is reminding you that you have an otherworldly support, that your friends and that your friends from the stars can help you if you are willing to be helped. Woo! They can support you in connecting with following your soul's deepest calling. Okay. So, I don't know about you, Gemini, but I'm like, okay, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And you know what I got? That's the right question. I know, right? Okay. So we're going to pull some more cards, okay? I don't think it's not about what we're doing, what we're not doing. It's about what we're being. What we're being. Where's our energy at? It's about holding a certain energy. So the star reverse is feeling like we don't have any hope. And I kind of felt that way lately. You know, I can feel the big energy shift. And I don't know where I belong right now. I mean, I know I belong. I mean, because our work and our place in society has been like so, right? Even though it may not be the place we want to be, at least it's a place. And now we are getting to redefine that. So it's this fluidity of, but, and there's something there that says that we shouldn't be defining ourselves that way, you know, because that's allowing somebody else to or something else to define us. Excuse me. All that came through that card, right? So, and it's also being in a place of illusion. So, there's something I heard about timelines, about like how we can shift on timelines just about how we're thinking. And I really believe that, because when I am not in a, you know, like in a, I'm not talking about airy fairy place, Gemini. I'm talking about just positive, that things look different. They feel different. They are different. Okay. 10 of Earth. So, and that means coming from a place of abundance, saying, you know, I'm appreciative of what I have. I have a legacy already to leave behind. I don't have to worry about leaving another one. We all have a legacy. We just need to decide if that's what we want to leave behind. And so so personally for me right now, excuse me, so sorry, that if I mean, here's the question. If what you've done so far in your life, if is that a legacy you want to leave behind? So that's something to think about. But that's part of the reviewing of our life and where our egos have brought us. And ego is good. You know, it gets us through things. It helps us say no sometimes, but, you know, so anything can be taken to extremes, and any of the fighting, sometimes we have to battle. We have to stand up for ourselves. We have to say, no, I'm not going down that road with you. You know, and so there's a lot of reflection there. But the other thing about this card is that once we really take inventory, we've done and had more than we realize. And so there's a place of appreciation that we already have legacy. We have more than many. But we have a lot. Okay. So then we have the Hierophant reversed. Okay. So Hierophant is about structures. It's about the way we've always done things. It's about marriage. It's about commitment. It's about Taurus. It doesn't have to be Taurus, but it is the Taurus card. Establishment, religion, politics. And it's upside down because it's all out of bounds right now. It's all out of bounds. So you may be experiencing like, I got no, maybe our careers are turned upside down. Our systems are turned upside down. And maybe, and this is a 5 too. So this is the third 5. And that's interesting, right? Because even as stable as a Hierophant energy is, it's still, 5 is like a vibration of kind of change, right? So very interesting there. Out of bounds. What's out of bounds in your life? Is it something that really needs to change? Maybe what needs to change is how we've looked at what is stable, because stability, it looks different now. Okay. Patience. So this is, and this equals a 5 too. It's a 14. Okay, so this would be Temperance reversed. I mean, Temperance upright, sorry. That one was reversed. Sorry. So Temperance is about, is it the card of Sagittarius? And that's the node the south node we're leaving. I mean, we're going into, right? So, balance. Taking the light, the water and the fire and balancing it in your life. Creating your own balance is what it feels like to me. And not looking for an established entity or person to do that for you. It feels uneven, but how do I get balance from here? How do I find my place in this moment? Because it may be in the moment anyway, because Gemini's like change, you know. I mean, it's like thriving in change, thinking on your feet, which we do well anyway. Hey, Queen of Earth, that know that Queen of Earth is, well, any Earth sign, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, a feminine energy, but it doesn't have to be feminine, it doesn't have to be Earth sign or even feminine, because Queen of Earth represents somebody that can, a nurturing person, a good wife, a good mother, stable, centered, grounded. She can run a business, she can raise a kid, she can, she takes care of her body, mind, and soul. Okay. That we can find this place no matter what's going on and stay in this place. And this is this grounded, being able to embrace the change and remain grounded and stable. How do you bring in when you don't know what's going to happen? That's a good question. I think that would be called faith, right? And it would be to listen to your soul, the voice of your soul, and also follow the intuitive hits and look at this from a higher perspective. There's more that's coming. I don't even know. If I listen to my soul, then it's like everything's going to be okay, but I don't have to have all the details because we just don't have it anyway. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of my map oracle cards, enchanted map. So spark. This is 34, it's a 7. So this is a spark to find something that really interests you. That, I'm going to read that one for you too, and strength, okay, and strength. This is strength and faith. It's not strength in physical strength, okay, in the earthly plane. It's strength and knowing that what we want is coming, knowing that, I would say, spirit, God, our higher selves, we've put our order in, and to trust that it is coming to fruition. So I don't always read these, but I think today is a good day to make sure that we read them. Oh, and happy birthday for those Geminis coming into, nearing their birthday. So you are a clear channel for divine creativity. Look at that. More messages, huh? There is a spark of creativity in you, and you have every reason to move forward with optimism and hope. Open yourself to inspiration and allow life to show you its beauty and your part in creating it. See? It's like that flow thing, right? This is the perfect time to give birth to an idea, start a new relationship or job, or begin any endeavor. Attraction is high as you connect with others who can co-create joyous experiences and join with you in expressing the finer aspects of life. Watching a spark turn into a flame and stoking that fire is a gratifying activity. So the next card is strength. When we're in a place of creation and faith, it changes things. In prayer, in meditation, it changes the world. It actually does. And the lower, I would say, like the dark energy can't feed on us then. It can't, actually repels them. So just a thought. Your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from sincere faith in a higher power. The strength to accomplish even the most daunting tasks is yours at this time. You can connect with and channel the powers of the universe. The Strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and refined, and your relationships are being deepened. No matter what happens, nothing can move you off course of evolution. As the potency of your connections becomes more obvious, you're able to harness the creative energies that are available to you. Have courage and dive in, for magic is in the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on a higher power working through you, all is possible. You can do anything now. Wow, right? Okay, so we're just going to look at the couple of Mente cards. It's hard not knowing all the details when you're so detail-minded, right? I know. I hear you. I am accepting. I'm accepting of the way things are right now. I'm accepting that I'm vulnerable. I'm accepting that it's going to be my faith and my optimism and me looking for new opportunities and being gentle with myself and the world around me that's going to create more love and more light and more abundance. It just is. That is a place to come from. You know, accepting of where we are now, accepting of the truths and non-truths that have been around us and the systems that are breaking down, but also accepting that it happens for good reason. It doesn't mean that we're not going to a good place. It's up to us, right? I am forgiving. I am forgiving. I am forgiving of others that I felt have not stood up for me, not been there for me, and who have gone against me to hurt me, you know? Also forgiving of myself. Yep. You know, it's systems. The old systems, they want to live, you know, they're having resistance ending. And so sometimes it is sad when we have to leave stuff behind, and by being angry and that's an emotional attachment to it still. Forgiving does release it. So it's just a thought. And then we can turn the energy into something that we can create with. I do the best I can. And this is really great too here, because a lot of people say are just doing the best they can with what they have to work with. Many people feel like they don't have choices, and I think of the times in my life when I didn't make the best decisions and I felt like I didn't have a choice. But I know what I know now. So we stand our ground where we need to, and we understand that maybe a lot of it isn't personal. And that's taking the higher perspective, you know? It really is. I know I feel your resistance. I do. I feel my own resistance. We'll do one more card here. But the change, it's like the change that needs to come through love and no more hate and no more fighting, because that's what came out. It was the loss, the fighting, the hate, the ego, the gossip, the chaos. That's where we came out of. That's where we're coming out of. That's the first 3-4 cards. People that were not listening, that didn't want to hear our side. people that were too affected by their own trauma. See, it wasn't personal, although it felt like it was. Okay, and this is a perfect ending right here, or the perfect beginning. This is a Glastonbury phoenix, arise from the ashes of despair. Yeah, we don't ever have to go back, not when you've been rebirthed. Yeah. As an air sign, that Phoenix is a great one. It's great for anybody, but this is like my totem. From the time I realized this my totem was about, I don't know, 15 years ago, I didn't think I'd be rebirthed this many times. Wow. So Gemini, we're just getting started. Love you. Let me know if you need a reading. I have them available. Take care.